Even a little bit more. Kind of merge the images together just a little bit. I can just line wrap that out. I'm going to show you one more thing. And it's going to be a fake lens blur. So as we can see here, she's very sharp in the image. I mean, sharp enough that we can see the texture of her shirt, or like the goosebumps on her skin. So, to kind of just give it a little bit more realism, I guess, I'm going to blur out the background just a little bit more. And what we could do, I got the background selected here, and the effects panel, right click, blur, Gaussian blur. And I could blur it, let's say 16 pixels here. I could blur it like that and call that good. You know, just to kind of give it depth of field, give it a little bit of perspective. Don't worry about these edges right here. I'd probably just scale this up a little bit. And we could do that scale. Just 105%. Yeah, it's probably too much. 1%. Maybe 102%. There we go. And just blurring it like that could be adequate. But we could try to give it kind of a bokeh effect, kind of like in photography. So like light areas right here. See how they expand out, but they retain their shape a little bit more instead of just blurring it. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of brights in here, but this is just to help make the background meld with the foreground a little bit and give it a little, just make it pop just a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, I'm going to go into channel, minimum maximum. I'm going to put it on top right here. So it's going to take the maximum values here. And what the maximum means is that it's going to take the maximum light values. So whatever pixels are lighter here, it will expand those pixels out. So watch. 1, oops, say 8, like that. And you can see right here, created this, it kind of looks like a box. So I took that bright pixel, set of pixels right there, and just expanded it. All the darks get eaten up by the lights. And it would be the opposite with minimum. So take the minimum pixel values and we'll minimize it, but we want the maximum. So it kind of gives us that little kind of a bokeh effect right here, just a little bit. Although it's square, so you know it'd be like a square aperture in our camera, which I don't know very many cameras that have square apertures. So we gotta apply the Gaussian blur to kind of just smooth that out a little bit. Another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna right click, I'm gonna go to color correction, I'm gonna go to curves, I'm gonna put this at the very top, and then what I'm gonna do is just kind of pop this up just a little bit. Get those brights just a little more overpowered. And that'll probably suffice for right now, just for this tutorial. So there you go. You could have it just be a Gaussian blur like that. Or you could just pop it like that a little bit. Yeah, anyways. That's how to do all those little just subtle effects there. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to apply a noise to this background here. Since this background is synthetic, it's not real, it doesn't have any noise or anything like that that you would get from, say, from her. Shot with an electronic video camera. So it's going to, in the dark areas, it's going to create some noise because it doesn't have enough information to figure out what to write down in when creating the video. So under the background layer here, I'm going to right click in the effects panel again, and then go down to noise grain, match grain. That's the final output. And you could already see what it's already done. It's added, it's changed the details just a little bit on our image. I'm going to sample noise from a specific layer. So noise source layer, this drop down menu over here. I'm going to sample it from the green screen video. So it's going to try to match the noise on the green screen video to the background layer. Now, I've been playing around with this a little bit, and I've noticed that just it's a little bit too intense. It's too much noise, and it's kind of distracting. So you want to go under tweaking right here, turn it down, and there's intensity. And I found just maybe, I think around half will be pretty good. So I'm gonna just put this at half resolution right here. Play this through real quick. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. You see, kind of see how the pixels are dancing around just a little bit, just to kind of help it meld with the foreground just a little bit, giving it an extra little bit of detail, an extra 5% to make it look like it's bound in reality somehow. So that's really all I have to show you for the light wrap, edge blur, and then applying a fake defocus and applying also noise into the background or any item that doesn't have noise. It's good to have some noise in there just to help it out a little bit. So I hope this helps you, Rebecca, and good luck with the shots that you're working on.